Okay, so here we are in Mo's house here in Portland, and we've got a couple of questions from Wyvern as part of this video journey. As a college, they're very keen for the students to fulfill their potential and be the best they can be. What advice would you give to the students at Wyvern to be the best they can be?
The best you can be is just train and listen to your teacher. For me, I'm very lucky to have someone in my life, a PE teacher, who told me just you be the best that you can by running, and that's as far as I got here, is by running. Okay,
and you mentioned a PE teacher there, so can you tell me a little bit about the person, whether it was that teacher or anybody else who inspired you to be the best you could be?
It was through my PE teacher, Alan Watkinson, from high school. One day I was running around the figure eight, as you do when you do PE to warm up, and then he told me I'm good at running, you should join a running club, and that's the best advice he can ever give me. And today, look at got to here, and by training and just focus.
Okay, so the track athletes at the school are really curious about your training regime. Can you give them a little idea about what you're currently doing?
Sure. I'm currently here in the US, Portland, Oregon. I moved here with my family so I can improve 1 or 2%. So I'm just here training, doing some winter training, which involve high mileage, just trying to hit about 15 miles a day. 2 runs, run in the morning, then run again in the evening. Sometimes sort of session in the afternoon, then run in the morning. So just a lot of high mileage.
Okay. So we know that in the Oregon project they've embraced a lot of sports science. What are some of the things that you've done or you do that falls under sports science?
Yeah, it's a big part of sports science, mentally, you've got to be tough, and using that, and when you go through bad patch, through the race, just trying to use that bit. You just got to be strong.
What about other things that you guys do? Altitude, ice baths?
We do a lot of stuff, make sure that we look after the body, get in the ice bath, go to high altitude training, which is really difficult at times, because it's a lot of it's really high altitude, it's like 8,000 feet or even more sometimes.
So we're just about to have dinner here in Portland, so a good question is, what do you eat? Can you eat anything you want to eat? What foods must you avoid?
What you must avoid is McDonald's, Burger King, anything that is bad for you.
Because you never eat those, do you, Mo?
Oh no, as an athlete, you can't eat all that.
Oh, absolutely.
You normally eat sort of pasta, rice, chicken.
Currently about to have an evening meal of McDonald's.
That was from my daughter.
Oh, that's
just like, I've got to go out there and run.
Okay, last question. You've relocated with your family to Portland. Is there anything about the UK that you miss, or what do you miss the most?
I miss the most watching the Arsenal game. I'm a big fan of football. I love going to the Emirates, and just normal TV with no adverts. Here in the US, everything's used to watching this advert every 5 minutes, so you're like, oh, you don't get to enjoy it as much. I miss the BBC.
You miss the BBC. And PG Tips.
Oh yeah, for sure, tea. Cup of tea for the big fella. Can't go wrong.
Thanks, Mo.
No worries.